have Gizmo. And we have the fresh princess, aka Willow Smith of Bel Air.
Well,
Willa Smith of Bel Air. And I am a killer T-cell from Cells at Work, but I took my hat off because it was hurting my head. So, yeah, you know how that is with a wig and then a hat on top.
hello, Sensei Hero.
Hey, Melanated Velma. Hey, Dr. Hood. Hey, Elegant Beauty. Hey, Popo Nunu. How are y'all on this lovely Saturday? Because the weather is nice here. Very cool and crisp. Oh,
Thank you.
Little Gizmo, he's a little restless, but it's all good. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Elegant Beauty. Anybody want a Morky?
No returns.
Yeah, Gizmo, he is doing the most. Hey, King Isaac.
Hi, King
how
Isaac.
are you? Gizmo, calm down. Hey, Tamir.
Hey, Tamir.
Gizmo, calm down. It was such a nice. It was cool. I bet it was. It was cool here in VA. Nice and crisp. Wasn't too hot. Can I have a puff? We got plenty. We actually have another one that's like laid out. And y'all can't see it, but it's from Rem and Ram.
Hey, i11. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Iron Jaeger.
Hey.
Hey, Tamir.
How's it going?
How are you? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. A little tired.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Right. So I guess before we get started, guys, we just want to take a moment of silence for the victims of 9/11 and their families. So we're going to do that for a minute. All right. Thank you, everybody that has tuned in with us tonight. Let's start the intro. All right. So we're all ready to get started. You ready?
Somewhat.
Okay. All right. So thank you all for tuning in to A Nerd Was Born with our special guest, i11evenbrand. Yes. Welcome. Welcome. And we're just so excited to talk with you. Like, there's just a lot of like mind-blowing things that we're just looking at, like with your brand, but we'll get into that shortly. So if you'd like to introduce yourself and tell everyone a little bit about you, although I'm sure everyone knows who you are.
Not yet. Not yet. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcus. I am the CEO and founder of 11evenbrand. We're a clothing brand centered around positivity and, of course, anime. And we seek to inspire others to do what they want to do with their lives and not to be afraid. Things of that nature.
Nice. Awesome. So I guess if you'd like to maybe talk a little bit, or would you consider yourself a nerd, and when did you realize it?
See, I had a long talk about this with my wife, and she was convincing in the sense. I was gonna say no, but then I thought back to a time where in middle school I would prefer to bug my friend about the recent manga that dropped, the Naruto manga, than talk about the Super Bowl. And it was at that moment I realized I was a nerd.
Yes.
Yes, nerd and proud.
That's right. Unapologetic.
Rep it. Yes, own it.
So like with that, like I guess like maybe like with the realizing you're a nerd, is it kind of like, I mean, it's like now it's like mainstream and okay to be a nerd. How do you feel about that?
I think it's okay because now everyone is coming out of their shell, and because it's popular, everyone can be themselves rather than in the past it was like you'd have to find an excuse. Like I would have to find an excuse to watch the manga that came, or not the manga, the anime that came on Toonami late at night. Though I'm like getting older, it's like I get my little brother to come and watch with me, and it's like I'm just watching him watch cartoons. It's nothing serious. So yeah, I like that it's helping people come out of their shell.
Right. And we like your post that you put on your page. Like, I mean, it's just like crazy. Like, there's so many things like you know, looking at it like that you could actually learn from like anime. I know like
Yeah,
sometimes like you will think about cosplay and just for fun, but there's some life lessons in there.
Exactly.
definitely.
So
And I know that until I went on the journey and starting the brand, it was just like, dang, they really said some deep things. You don't realize it in the moment, but then you look back, it's like, dang, let me write that one down.
Right. Right.
post that somewhere like an affirmation or something.
Right.
That's cool though.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay. And then also another question that we have for you. So from your clothing, we could assume that you're a fan of anime. What shows are you into at this moment?
Right now, I can say My Hero Academia. They almost let me down. I followed the manga heavily, so I was waiting on this My Villain Academia arc to start months ago, but they put it on hold. I actually just started watching Shield Hero. I'm a huge Digimon fan, so the remake, I've been keeping up with that. What else? That's about it currently. That's all I can handle watching, rather than like taking care of the brand and work and stuff. It's like all I got time for.
Gotcha. Well, you're doing well, like balancing everything. Cause it's like it is overwhelming. You like try to. There's so many shows, and just like kind of narrowing it down, which ones you want to watch at the moment.
But I had a question too. It could be, I'll say maybe like, maybe top 5. Like, what are your top 5 favorite animes, or what would you recommend?
Good question.
Top 5, number 1 is Digimon. I hold that near and dear to my heart because that was the first anime that I have ever watched. I remember it coming on after preschool. I go to my dad's house and then it'd just be on the TV. I was like, what is that? And I preferred it 100 times more than Pokemon. It's like the transformations and everything. And then the storyline to me was better. So that's number 1. Number 2, I have to say DBZ because of the same thing. Later that year, DBZ was the reason I pulled my first all-nighter. I pulled an all-nighter in preschool, staying up watching Toonami, and it was like, oh, I'll watch DBZ. I'm thinking it'll come on time after time. I see more episodes, and it just was the other shows that came on at the time. Well, I say it's 3 and 4. Yu Yu Hakusho is definitely up there. It's kind of hard to say in the top 5 because you want to give respect to like the OG animes, but you don't want to just be biased because they're OGs. But I put Yu Yu Hakusho up there just because of the opening. It's a good show, but that opening, like, I play it 100 times. My daughter come in, she'll start dancing. It's a whole family affair, so I love it. So that one's top.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
that's 4 and 5. I want to say Naruto has to be up there because that's also it's the OG of the new gen or the big three. I would say Naruto is the big brother of the three, and so I give my respect to Naruto. Though Naruto's fan base is extremely annoying.
What?
Second, One Piece. I don't think I'm gonna include One Piece. I have put up my biggest fight in trying to avoid watching it, but I gave in this year. So it's a pretty good anime, but I'm not gonna include it in my top 5. I don't know who it's
Okay.
5. That's hard. Rami Kenshin. I'll look at
It was good stuff.
uh
Or we could come back to it if
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
or like, hey, okay, number 5. Like, okay.
But our hat goes off to you with One Piece because I'm like, I'm sure it's a good show, but I'm like, it's too many episodes. I'm like, we're gonna be like senior citizens.
I'll be collecting Social Security by the time I don't know, by the time I guess it ends or whatever. I don't know. I'm not willing to invest in that time, but my hat goes off to you.
Yeah.
All right. So this is like the icing on the cake. Okay. So what inspired you to start your business?
I was actually sitting at work bored and I was like, I need to do something. And at the time I started another clothing brand. I was like, this is filling, it's not getting enough traction, and I don't even really want to do this anymore. I have no purpose behind it. It was just something because I'm in a frat. I was making clothes for the frat, and it was just like at some point you're gonna buy enough clothes. It's just like let me move on to something else. And so I started 11 brand, and 11 is a very important number to me. It means resonance, and so it's whenever you see 1111, it means that you are resonating with something in your life. So I was like, let me use the number 11, make it a play on the word ill and 11, and also break it down in a way to it literally says I resonate EVN, which is even through adversity, anything that comes in my way, I will resonate with what I find near and dear to my heart. So, and then I chose multiple things, and anime seemed to be the most profitable out of those. And I was like, I don't mind making a bunch of anime merch. You know, I started off with the vintage shirts, and I'm happy that those took off because I wouldn't be here if they hadn't. And I love the fact that I can express myself through my clothing and something that I love, which is anime. So.
Nice. Got you. And also too, if we're not mistaken, this is the year anniversary of your business, right?
That is crazy. Yeah. I completely forgot. There was so much fun with the world, and I literally just got back in town from a funeral, so it was a lot. No, it's okay. It's just a lot going on, and I technically don't consider it a year, though I was working on this a while ago, but it didn't pick up until like the beginning of the year where I changed up a bunch of stuff and dove into anime all the way. So
That's awesome. Taking an interest of yours and just like following through like with like a passion and turning it into something. That's cool. Okay, so another thing. So your designs are amazing. So how do you come up with like the concepts for the art and like as far as like what artists that you use for the art? It's amazing.
the art, I'm a graphic designer, so I make all of my designs myself.
Wow!
And
Oh my god!
thanks. The concepts come from I literally just sit here. I would consult with my friends because I have a lot of friends who watch anime, and it was just like a lot of the designs I was putting out at first, just to like show to people, they're like, I wouldn't buy it though. Like it's something I see, but I'm sure somebody wouldn't. So it's just like trying to find things and that'll inspire like an emotion in people, but not in a negative way. And so
Right.
I looked through, and then that's when I came up with the vintage shirts. It was just literally those characters you see on the shirts are some of my favorite characters. So it was just like, I love these characters. I'm pretty sure everyone else does too. So let me make shirts for them. And then I had the box anime shirts, and those were literally, I felt as if people saw themselves as their favorite characters, but not necessarily. And so to represent them and where they come from, they would wear the shirt to be like Saiyans, the pirates, the ninjas, and things of that nature. So yeah.
Right.
Oh my
Amazing.
gosh.
Seriously, because like we were just looking like the Yu Yu Hakusho shirts. I was like, oh my gosh. Fangirling. I was like, I want all of them.
Like right now, like we're just willing to give you like our debit
Yeah, I'm like,
cards.
take our debit
Just
card.
like we want everything on the site.
Seriously, I was like, this is amazing. Because I was telling Christy when we were looking at your designs, like Hot Topic, you know, they have a lot of anime shirts, but it's not, it's like your designs are so unique and like your passion, we could see that in your designs, and it's just like yeah, I will rock this nice and proud versus a Hot Topic shirt.
Yes,
Seriously.
you put a lot of attention to detail and everything, so we
Thanks.
appreciate that. Amazing.
Yes.
It's good to
Okay. So another question that we have for you, like this one like really resonated with us. Well, we love everything on the site, but like, how did you come up with like the Respect My Melanin design? That one is really cool.
That was the first one where I was like, I want to evoke an emotion. And at the time, with all the racial turmoil, it's like I live in Florida and I feel like racism all the time. And it was just like, I wanted to make a shirt that represented me in a sense on what I'm trying to say, but characters that I feel like would represent me as well. And so I was like, let me look into the black characters, and then the phrase "respect my gangster" came to mind. I was like, oh, I can't say that. So let me say "respect my melanin" because it's a statement. It's something that I can back as a black man in this country, and it's something that I can use other characters to reflect as well. So I chose that and I ran with it.
Yes.
Well, we're glad that you did, and you know, it's so true. I mean, just I think with something like that, it's like it's a statement on what's, you know, current events, and then also I think for some people just to like really just like think and like reflect, especially like here like on like the internet,
Right.
like with like social media, you know, the trolls, they hide behind those anonymous
Yeah.
profiles and they write racist things on there to, you know, people of
Yeah.
color. Like absolutely ridiculous.
It is.
But yeah,
The internet is a very strange place.
Oh yes.
it is very interesting.
Very.
But kind of, I guess, to piggyback off of that, what do you think as far as like the representation of like black characters or people of color in anime?
I want to say if the main character isn't the lead, they don't get enough representation. I think the biggest African, or I wouldn't say African American, but the biggest black character, because black can be multiple cultures, is between Killer Bee and Afro Samurai. But Afro Samurai had his own show. Killer Bee was the second strongest in Cherokee, and I actually applaud Naruto for doing that because he's basically the second strongest person that you see in the show at one point. So it's just like, I do respect that, but I do know that if a black anime character was in the show, they either wouldn't get much screen time or they would just not be as important or strong
Right.
to be usable as a character, and I want to change that. So
Absolutely, definitely. That's true. Like, and like, have you? I don't know if you have, but like Yasuke, have you watched that one yet on
I
Netflix?
was disappointed with Yasuke. It was just,
Yeah.
it wasn't his story. It was more so the lady he was with. I actually stopped watching halfway through because I got uninterested. It was just like he was living as a slave basically, and then he's helping this lady get back to, what was it? She was getting back to her family. I don't know. It wasn't doing it for me, and so I stopped watching. I couldn't do it.
I don't blame you. I watched it through, but I feel you on that. Like I feel like it could have been longer. They could have made a movie out of it, in my opinion, and like went into the backstory of Yasuke. It just I feel you on that though. I was just like, let me just finish this since the series was short. But I was like, it could have been better.
Yeah, a little bit more character
Yeah,
development and like his origin story
right.
would have
Yeah.
been really good. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, and the other thing too, it's like I don't know, like there is like a black anime studio in Japan, but I'm just hoping from that there is like, I guess fruitful like,
Right.
Product out there with like more characters that are black,
What-
stories that are
Yeah.
accurate, stereotypes, that sort of thing.
Right.
Oh, that's cool.
Because
Yeah.
But what studio is that?
I can't remember what it's called, but it's in Japan, a first black studio. I can't remember what it's called, but we're excited for it. Like Christy was saying, like the characters, hopefully will be portrayed accurately. Because I mean, I feel like we're getting there. You do see more black characters and people of color in anime, but it's still, you got some of the stereotypes with that I'm just like, come on, like a newer anime, Akudama Drive, the character in there named Brawler, he was stereotyped. Like he, all he wanted to do was fight. They kept like making fun of him, insulting him, calling him an idiot. He had dreadlocks. One of the characters was calling him a dreadlock gorilla. I'm just like,
Excuse me.
yeah, I was pissed about that.
I want to hear the dub to see if they translate that exactly or are they going to change it. Because I'm going to
Right.
call them out on
That
it.
Yeah.
Dreadlock? I don't even think I can watch that now.
Yeah, I was just like, no, she didn't, because we watched it subtitled. I was like, did she just call him a dreadlock gorilla? No, she
And
didn't.
I'm like, whoever translated that, thank you. Thank you so much. Because you know what? I need to see this. I want to see what the dub sounds like.
Right. It's just I don't like how like we're like I said, we're getting there, but it's just still with those stereotypes. Like another newer anime we watched, Opera Ramen. Um there's a character named Crazy TJ who's black. I like Crazy TJ. Like he kind of reminds me of Andre 3000 kind of. But it's still that stereotype. Like he was loud, he was coming in late to events, and I'm just like,
CPT talk.
yeah, it's just I'm just like, oh my gosh, come on, like, and then he had like his music blasting. I'm just like,
He had like one of the cars that was like souped up and
yeah,
everything, and I'm like, it looked like a Cadillac.
he liked to drink. I mean, it was just like, come on.
That's not sounding too good over there. I don't know.
No, it's not. But I would say like how we're drawn is better because back like the older anime, I like Mr. Popo for example. I'm just like seriously,
Like disrespect.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely can see that.
But
yeah.
that I don't know. Hopefully that gets better.
Yeah, fingers crossed for the first black studio in Japan. I hope great things come from it.
Yes. Okay. I guess we'll move on to the next question. And we talked about this a lot, like with like the positive quotes that you have like on your page. What like challenges have you like experienced like with coming out with like a brand and like being like a black businessman?
I want to say getting people to take the brand serious because you come out with something and it brings such a controversial statement. It was one of our biggest sellers. It's just like I don't want to associate myself with the brand because it's being too conflicting, or I don't want to actually try and represent that because I don't know who that is. It's a small brand, and they're probably white person behind the scenes just trying to profit off of my culture. And this is just like trying to get people on board is the hardest part of all this. I'm still trying to do it. I am very small and hope to be big one day, but yeah.
Well, we see it. We see it growing, like seriously. But you're right. Like we do have to. We have to support one another.
Just
And I mean, I know, like especially right now with the pandemic, like a lot of people have been impacted, like different ways, financially the greatest. And I'm like, if you cannot make a purchase right now, at least share it. That's free. You know what I mean? Give
Yeah.
somebody else eyes on it, like a chain.
Yep.
Anything.
Shout outs to Fifi. I don't know if that Otaku Fifi's in there, but she was rocking one of your designs, Sailor Moon.
I saw.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I was just like, yeah, and it was funny because she said it's ironic. She's like, because you're going to have him as a guest on y'all's live. I said, I know.
She's super supportive.
Yeah, she is. Fifi, she supports everyone in the community. And if she can't get the merch or if it's like makeup or whatever, she will share it. Like she shares stuff to us all the time. Hey, check out this new brand, black-owned business. So yeah,
Definitely.
that's what we got to do.
I love that. Love that. It always gets to me whenever I see someone post like wearing my stuff. It's like, dang, that's cool. It's you actually bought, and now you're wearing it. You're posting it on social media, and it just like warms my heart. 'Cause it's like, okay, let me keep going. Let me come out with more designs. Try to get better stuff out. So yeah, I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. So the next question, where do you see the brand going in the next few years?
In the next few years, hopefully we blow up. I want to be. I don't. I feel like I don't want to be a typical brand where we blow up, but we lose our essence. Like I want to be sort of the Nike, but not like Nike as in we do athletic wear and stuff like that. Like Nike has a purpose. Nike, just do it. I want to be 11 brand. I believe
Right.
of the anime world. I want to be like that. So if I can give myself a couple years, and we're on a bunch of celebrities and we're active in the community. We have a couple foundations, and I believe it's possible. I say, give me 5 years, I'll get there.
We see it. Yes. We see it.
Support.
Yes.
Support. But yes, that's so true. Like what you're saying, like with having like the vision and kind of like and committing to it. Because I think like not always, but sometimes people like once they kind of like get to like another level, they kind of like lose sight of like who they are, what they started out with in the beginning, and like kind of just lose that. And it's like, who are you now?
Right.
I mean, and that's kind of like the sad. And also too, like what you were saying, like foundations. That's awesome. Like to start with your vision and then branch out to like working on helping other people and things like that.
Yeah.
And I just want to say too, you're very humble. Like when we were just asking, like who does the designs for your merch? You're like, I do them, but you're not all like, well, I design, I do everything, because some people be so puffed up. Yeah, I do it all.
I know. And it's like you still, that is amazing. You still can be like, yeah, I'm the ish, but you have to be like. So that is cool. We respect that. Seriously.
Much respect.
Absolutely.
But we have 2 questions from people in the chat. The other guy said, do you have extra plus in your merch, like 5 to 6 LX?
6 extra large. I want to, but that is literally the hardest thing to get a hold of right now. Like I use very high quality shirts, and the highest they go up to is 4X. So if I can find a way to get 5X and 6X, I will. But I have found no way to do that right now. It's like I can't find them anywhere.
Gotcha. And another question. He said, another guy said, the guest looks like a younger CJ from the Halfway.
Hold on.
What?
Yeah. CJ, I'm definitely taller than CJ, so take that as
The other guy, he's funny. And another question we have from Groovy. What is your biggest pet peeve about the clothing industry?
Good question,
Good,
guys.
good question, Groovy.
I don't know. That's a hard question. The clothing industry, there's a lot going on there.
It is. I'm thinking just like with how, for example, like with Fashion Nova, other brands, stuff being stolen
From black creators.
Yeah, a lot of black
That
creators have had their designs stolen.
that does bother me. It hasn't happened to me yet. People have tried. Like there was one time I looked up 11 brand, like I think it was on Twitter, and I found someone trying to sell one of my Respect My Melanin designs. I was like,
Oh, heck
but
no.
the post got like 0 likes, and I was like, you know what? If you copied and it didn't work, I'm not going to stress too much about it. But like, I know they for sure come after small creators, and they just want to take their design, and they're like, oh, we can market it better. Let's just take this from them. They don't have it trademarked or anything. So yeah, I guess that's
The
one.
goal. Yeah, that pisses me off feeling that. Can't stand that.
Yeah. Taking the seasoning and trying to put it on something else. That ain't cool.
Right? It's not. And another question. Spicy Ramen said, any cons you would like to vendor at? That would,
All of that.
yes.
I wanted to go to DreamCon so bad, but I could not do it. It wasn't financially responsible to take that risk and go out there and everything. We're not big enough yet, but next year we are on it. I want to be at every con, literally. So SuperCon, DreamCon, MegaCon. There's Anime NYC. I don't know if I can get into that one, but hopefully I'm big enough to where they reach out to me. I can get into that one. So any con imaginable, I'm gonna look up how to get there and reach out because I want to be able to reach more people. 'Cause I know you can only do so much on social media.
That's true.
And guys, anybody that has made a purchase or anything or just share the post and tag a convention.
Well, I saw some people in the chat. I think Spicy Ramen said he had ordered some hoodies from you. I was looking at the chat. So you guys are awesome.
Post,
yes.
guys.
That's my guy. He a lot.
Okay, Groovy, last question. No, last question from you, Groovy. He said, what sets your clothing brand apart from other POC clothing brands?
I don't know. You'd have to look at the brand and determine that yourself. I just do my best to put my twist on my brand. Like I think one thing that sets me apart is just the way I set up my Instagram. Because I'm a graphic designer, I like doing like layouts and everything. Like I set up grids on my Instagram, so when you scroll through the feed, every post looks like an individual post, but it's a part of a bigger picture. Like it can literally be at one point if everything's lined up. So I guess that and my creativity, but a lot of people are creative. I know there are a lot of other brands. There's Otaku, there's Namiwear, there's all of those brands. Like they get really creative, and I don't think I'm there yet. I will be though, very soon.
What?
A couple drops is coming. I'm excited for.
Speaking of which, you dropped some merch today, right? At 11?
Yeah, this one is actually one of my favorites because I went back. I was like, let me do another one of my favorite characters because as a young boy, Trunks was every little boy's favorite character. So I was like, I gotta do Trunks. Got you. So I went back and I made the design. It's like actually pretty proud of that one. And then
Oh, she's huge figurines. Yeah, we like Trunks too. Oh, you're gonna go.
that's the
Yeah, it's awesome though. We were like, oh snap! Like, just take our debit card.
Yeah, just give you the number. Just like, okay, you got something else? All right, yeah, we want it.
Yes. But yeah, we definitely can see you vendoring at conventions, seriously. And you can have like your music playing and everything. I'm like, oh my God. I can just picture it. Oh, it's so cool.
I gotta
Yes, or it's like a fashion show.
Yes. Speaking
I
of which,
about
if you
that.
were able to do a fashion show, who would you want modeling your merch?
Yeah.
That is a very good question. I don't know. This is a hard one because I know immediately one person came to mind was Michael B. Jordan, but ever since he said Naruto, I kind of don't respect his opinion on anime. So
Oh.
he-
No, forgive him. I'll be there if he's there modeling.
Yeah, we be at the front row.
okay, okay. I
Yeah.
athletes that like anime, but I don't know. I mean, I have a bunch of friends who model, so I can reach out to them. I'd much rather put them on than some other people. You know, sprinkle Michael B. Jordan in, get everybody to come out, but then they'd be like, "Oh, who's those other models?" Get them. So probably do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spicy Ramen said me. He said me.
Spicy ramen's gonna be a model. That's right. Okay.
Support.
That's right. We see it. Amazing.
So we have another question.
Yes. Okay. So next question: what advice would you give to someone that wants to start a business?
Keep going. When it gets hard, you just gotta sit down, figure out where you are, and try and find a way to get better. Because it gets worse before it gets better, and you will always hit like a stopping point in the journey of being like building your brand. So you just gotta keep pushing forward, find a way to reinvent yourself or reinvent the process that you're trying to use that isn't working.
Gotcha. That's amazing
Good
advice. Amazing
Yep.
advice. And we love the quotes that you put on your page. Like, they're amazing. I'm just like, what? They said that? I gotta go back and
I know.
revisit these shows. Deep. Okay. All right. And so, other question: what upcoming projects, if you're able to, what upcoming projects can we look forward to seeing from you?
I can say one, this recent drop will be sort of the standard I want to set. So I have a Naruto version of this drop, the way that we have an embroidered shirt, vintage shirt, and a bunch of just the regular shirts. And so, yeah, of course, Digimon. See, Spicy Ramen Digimon will be the hardest drop I have to make because I don't want to disrespect Digimon in any way. I feel the same way about Shishomaru from Inuyasha. He is the Drip Lord. I don't want to get his character incorrect, so I'm waiting. I have to take my time with those. So that one is coming, but later. But yeah, I have a Naruto one coming. I have a full Yu Yu Hakusho one because I only did vintage shirts and the one shirt. I didn't really expand on that part of the brand because we were so small at the time. So I'm revisiting that, and yeah. Uh, I also have an upcoming. I want to do a showcase for people I know that follow the page in the community the way you guys do, but like call it 11 minutes. And so hopefully I can get you guys on one day and we can just talk about what you do instead of what I do.
We're game.
Yes.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. Like I was saying with the foundation and everything, I just want to find a way to make the brand more than clothes, you know? You don't want to just sit here and take people's money without giving back to the community in a way. So, want to...
Amen. Amen. That is so true. Because, like, you know, just with like the social media and you see like these platforms, there's some people, not saying that all of them, but some like with like large followings, and some of them may get paid, I don't know, not in their pocketbooks, but um, you know, and they don't look at the idea of you have achieved this, that's great, but you need to give back,
Right.
you know?
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Exactly.
So, totally. Much respect from that.
That's why whenever I see like a page that someone who bought but has their own brand or that's of that sort, like I'll share their stuff whenever it comes on my feed. I may not do it often anymore because I do not have time. Like I get on Instagram every now and then, but I gotta make the merch. I'm making all the merch myself. I'm making all the Instagram posts and stuff myself. So if I'm on Instagram, I'm posting. So if I see it, I'll try to repost. But yeah, try to support the community. We all got to do it. That way we all come. There's enough money in this world so that everyone can be rich. It's just finding ways to get it to everyone. So you got to share your brother and your sister's passions.
Amen.
All right. Some questions. All right.
Yeah.
So those are all of our questions. I guess if you any plugs or anything that you'd like to put in
Or share on your social media platforms.
that too.
Plugs. Right now we're getting a little following on TikTok. So if you want to see me act a fool sometimes on some TikToks, you can go follow us there. I post some of them on Instagram, but most of them don't really make it here. So yeah, there's some I just respond to wild things that the TikTok where they compare two different characters and things of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah, TikTok, our Twitter is up and coming. I just started posting back on there. So if you guys want to follow us, I think we hit every platform except YouTube. We don't have a YouTube yet that's active. So if you want to follow us at 11brand everywhere, we'd really appreciate it.
Okay.
Awesome. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Unless if anybody in the chat had a question for 11brand. If not, we'll wrap things up. So we'll wait a few seconds if somebody has a question. But this was fun.
Yes, thank you for
It was.
coming on and sharing your story.
Thank you. Your questions really made me think. I was like, dang, I'm learning more and more about myself because I completely forgot about that time in middle school because I was really interested. And it was funny because it was back then where it was Naruto Shippuden and everyone was trying to figure out who Obito was or who Toby was. They're like, it has to be Obito, but we didn't know. We was like young 12, 13-year-olds trying to figure that out. So I think that was crazy. I'm actually a nerd. And it was funny because I'm an ex-athlete, and so I do love sports. I play sports all the time, but my wife was like, "You're just weird because you played sports, but you're really a nerd."
Yay! Shout outs to the wife.
Yes.
Who's actually here? If you guys want to follow her at Adama Mama, she's an up and coming loctician.
Oh, nice.
I'm thinking about locking my hair, so oh my gosh, we're gonna follow.
Yes.
Adama Mama.
Or to let her know, we will put in a special request. Actually, let me talk with her first. I don't know what her schedule's like.
Okay.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
And John actually had a question for you. He asked if you're a gamer.
If I'm a gamer,
Yes.
I have no time to game. I wish. I wish. But if I get a gaming console, you guys will never get your shirts. I promise you.
Like, wait a minute.
It's like, I ordered this. Where's my shirt? It's like,
I mean, I was playing Call of Duty, 2K, Madden. I can't do it. Shinobi Strike. My brother's the gamer, so I'll go over to his house every now and then splurge, play a lot, and then stop. I can't do it. There's not time in the day.
We feel you.
yeah. That's true. But I think we'll wrap things up because we know you're a busy man. So thank you again, for talking with us. We really appreciate it. And we wish you nothing but the best in your business.
Yes.
Thank
Much success. All right. And guys, please follow and support and share and post.
Yes. Sharing is caring.
Here. Hit the save button too.
That's right.
That's right.
Amen. Take care now. Bye.